Hello there, you guys. Welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current and latest transfer rumours and gossip. So if you do consider drop a like, and if you do consider subscribe as always. So potentially we'll get to into a bit of more of Chelsea's transfer rumours, as we all know, and we will discuss with you be discussing with you a few more transfer rumours, that are going on in the media, as I currently said. Potentially today, so far, Arsenal lost away by 1-0 at West Ham earlier on today. So potentially Arsenal know from their perspective, where their current problems lie, as I currently said. But we'll start with a bit of Chelsea transfer rumours today, as I have been updating you on a regular basis, as I said. So potentially Chelsea obviously looking to bolster their squad up, and Sarri wants to strengthen his front line up, and he wants someone in the attacking third of the pitch. Because obviously Chelsea have obviously got had players, that they're going to lose. They're going to have lose players, as we all know. Potentially Fabregas has confirmed to Monaco. It looks like Gary Cahill could be going. Callum Hudson could be going. Morata's going to be going. So potentially Sarri wants to bolster his squad up, as we all currently know. So potentially Chelsea are still on the verge of Gonzalo Higuain, as we all know, because potentially he has been a Chelsea main priority target, as we all know, is Gonzalo Higuain. He'd lead the lines for them very, very well. I think he'd guarantee them goals, as we all know. And obviously we know the Chelsea board and, the Chelsea directors have reservations, about, Chelsea signing Gonzalo Higuain, because he is 31 years of age and he is out of his prime now, and he has grown and developed very, very well. But as I did say, from Gonzalo Higuain's perspective, he has confirmed he does want to make the move to Stamford Bridge. So he's trying to make the move from AC Milan, because he's currently on loan, as we all know, because potentially AC Milan paid a loan fee of £16 million to get him on loan from Juventus. Milan have the option to, make the deal permanent in the summer, but potentially Chelsea have held negotiations, in the last couple of days. More negotiations have been going on. The Spanish press reported that Gonzalo Higuain had agreed personal terms to join Chelsea, as we all currently know. But we know Gonzalo Higuain's agent and his current brother had been in negotiations, in London, to potentially, get a deal of. Well, they'd met up with Sarri, to negotiate a deal, potentially getting a deal over the line. But I think Chelsea are aware that they will have to pay around £30 million for him, at the end of the season, to get him on a permanent deal. But Chelsea have been in negotiations to just make it a loan deal, as we all know. But we know Chelsea have been heavily linked with him, as we all know. And I think he's keen on the move to Stamford Bridge, and Sarri's keen on reuniting with the player, because he hasn't really delivered the goods to AC. But, he was very, very good when he was young in his prime. He had 6 good years with Real Madrid. He scored about 170 goals in 190 appearances. He had 3 good years with Napoli as well. He scored 36 goals in one season, as we all know. And potentially, he brought the Serie A record. He had 2 good years with Juventus. Juventus paid around 70-odd million for him. Most expensive South American of all time at that point, until Neymar's transfer to PSG in 2017. And potentially transfer fees were the highest paid, by, an Italian club, and actually until Ronaldo, came in at Juventus, as we all currently know. But now he's at AC Milan on loan, as we all know. He hasn't really done that much at AC Milan, but he's a very, very good player, and I think he's an exceptional player, and I think he'll be a very, very good signing for Chelsea, Gonzalo Higuain, as we all know. But potentially he does want to make the move to Stamford Bridge. He is 31 years of age. The Chelsea board and Chelsea directors have reservations about it, but we know there's been, the narrative's been going on about this for the last month or so now. I've been hearing about, there's been talks of Gonzalo Higuain and Alvaro Morata as a potential swap deal, because obviously Gonzalo Higuain is Sarri's number one choice, to get into his squad, as we all know. So I think it'll be a good addition, to Chelsea's squad, to be quite honest with you. But as we all know, that Alvaro Morata is out of favour at Stamford Bridge, as we all know. Potentially, there's been a lot of teams interested, because he's no longer Sarri's number one choice, as we all know. And obviously recently, in the Premier League, Sarri has been playing Eden Hazard in a false number 9 position up front. So potentially Morata has not lived up to expectation levels, as Chelsea fans expected of him. Chelsea paid £60 million for him in 2017, but he's no longer number one choice under Sarri, as we all know. So Chelsea are potentially, looking to sanction him off on a loan deal, as we all know, because he's unsettled at Stamford Bridge, does Morata. I think, there's been a host of clubs that have been interested in Morata, as we all know. There's been Sevilla. Morata's agent was in discussion with the Sevilla representatives, but the Sevilla direct, confirmed that potentially a Morata move will be complicated, as he did confirm. AC Milan have been interested in him. Atletico Madrid have also held negotiations as well. But reportedly, according to the Spanish press, the latest team to be interested in Morata is Barcelona. And I think he actually does want to make the move to Barcelona, does Alvaro Morata. I think Barcelona are keen on getting him out on a loan deal, Alvaro Morata. This could depend on whether, Denis Suarez does make the move to Arsenal as well, if, Morata, makes the move to Barcelona on loan as well. But as I did say, Morata Morata was very, very good when he was young in his prime. You know, he spent most of his playing career with Real Madrid when he was young in his prime. He did really well. He had 2 good years in Italy with Juventus as well, but he hasn't met the expectation levels at Chelsea, you know, as a majority of Chelsea fans, you know, would have expected. He had a good start, you know, to Chelsea, you know, when he went to Chelsea, but, you know, since in the 2017-18 season, but, you know, since Sarri's been recommended in, you know, he's failed to establish himself. He's been in and out of the team, and he hasn't featured that much, and he hasn't really been given the opportunities as Alvaro Morata, because obviously he hasn't been Sarri's number one choice, as we all know, but as I did say, Chelsea's main priority target is Gonzalo Higuain. Obviously, they've got Christian Pulisic confirmed, as we all know right now. They've got Christian Pulisic confirmed of Chelsea, but he's still looking to build up on that. Is Sarri, as we all currently know. And potentially, we know if they do fail with the pursuit of Gonzalo Higuain, they have got a few alternatives. You know, potentially, Callum Wilson's been mentioned. He's done very, very well for Bournemouth this season. I think he's in his mid-20s. He's English. He said Chelsea were preparing to put a £50 million bidding, but as I did say, guys, you know, that's just an alternative, you know, in case they fail with the pursuit of Gonzalo Higuain, which is their number one target. But I don't think Bournemouth are willing to do any business for Wilson anyway. I think, you know, Eddie Howe wants to keep Callum Wilson. We know there's been potentially, you know, talks about Icardi as well. He's been mentioned in the media as Icardi as well. Chelsea have been also interested in him. And he's a very, very good prolific goal scorer. Is Icardi, as I currently said, you know, Icardi is a very, very good goal scorer. You know, obviously maybe the Chelsea board and directors may be keen on getting Icardi because potentially Icardi, they're both prolific goal scorers, Icardi and Gonzalo Higuain. But as I did say, Icardi's younger than Gonzalo. He's Inter Milan's nine top goal scorer of all time. He's scored over 100 goals, you know, since he's been at Inter Milan, you know, since 2013, because he had one season impressively, you know, with San Pandora. I think he scored 120 goals Inter Milan. I think he scored 130 odd, you know, throughout his playing career as Icardi. And I think, you know, he has got around a 99 million release clause as Icardi as well in his current deal. But as I did say, I think Inter Milan, you know, looking to renew his contract term, as I said. So yeah, they're potentially Chelsea's targets, you know, they've been interested in. You know, obviously, you know, Willian could be leaving Chelsea as well. Reportedly, Barcelona have been interested in Willian as well, because potentially they have got quite a few aging up players of Chelsea in their squad. But as we all currently know, you know, Callum Hudson, you know, has been linked with a move to Real Madrid. As we all Bayern Munich, should I say? Sorry, not Real Madrid. He's been linked with a move to Bayern Munich, and I think he's made it clear, Callum Hudson, that he does want to make the move to Bayern Munich. He's told the Chelsea director he wants to make the move to Bayern Munich. You know, Sarri said he still wants, you know, Callum Hudson to stay. He hasn't been really getting the opportunities this season in the Premier League as Callum Hudson, and there's been no sign of him signing a new contract, as we all know. He's got a year and a half left on his contract as Callum Hudson, you know, with Chelsea, as we all know. Reportedly, Bayern Munich have offered 35 million. From Germany was stemming that this had reportedly been accepted as well. Reportedly, Bayern Munich are looking to get some young players into their team, as we all know, because they have got quite a few aging up players, as we all know. But as I did say, it reportedly said Bayern Munich were willing to offer Callum Hudson the number 10 shirt. Reportedly, he's very, very young in his prime, and he's 18 years of age. I know he has been participating in the last couple of games for Chelsea, but, you know, obviously with Chelsea and the signing of Pulisic, you know, it could fall down the pecking order even more. Could Callum Hudson, you know, potentially when Pulisic arrives, you know, when he plays for Chelsea in the new season, as we all currently know. But as I did say, yeah, Chelsea have turned down 3 previous bids, you know, from Bayern Munich. As he currently said, but Bayern Munich have been heavily linked to him. The Bayern Munich director is keen on getting him as well. But Chelsea fans are still convinced that, you know, potentially Eden Hazard could leave as well, because potentially there's been no sign of him signing a new contract, as we all know. He's definitely Chelsea's, you know, best player without a shadow of a doubt. You know, he's been in the Premier League since 2012, scored over 100 goals for Chelsea, as we all know. But Chelsea fans are convinced that he could leave, obviously because they've confirmed the signing of Pulisic, as I said. And we know he's been constantly linked with a move to Real Madrid as Eden Hazard, as we all know. And he did admit before that he loved Real Madrid, Eden Hazard, as I currently said in the process. But yeah, Real Madrid have been linked with Eden Hazard, as we all know. And Chelsea, obviously, you know, linked with a couple of players, you know, to replace Cesc Fabregas. As we all currently know, they are linked with a few players, you know, to replace Cesc Fabregas, because obviously he's confirmed the move to Monaco. As I've already updated you on, he's signed a 3.5-year deal with Monaco. You know, he's lost the pace a little bit now. Fabregas, he is 31. You know, he's good when he was a lot younger in his prime. You know, he's grown and developed fantastically well. Made 500 appearances in English football, just over 500 appearances. You know, and he served 12, 13 years in English football. Did Cesc Fabregas, as we all know, won quite a lot of silverware as well throughout his playing career, Fabregas. But now he's at Monaco. As we all know, he's reuniting with Thierry Henry. As we all know, is Cesc Fabregas, and he has broken several club records. When he was young in his prime, he played for Arsenal for 8 years, joined them at just the age of 16, and made over I think he played 303 times. He had a 3-year spell with Barcelona as well, and he was at Chelsea for 5 years as well, and he won the Premier League under Conte and Jose Mourinho as well. He won the League Cup and FA Cup with Chelsea. As I said, did Cesc Fabregas. So he has been a very, very good servant, to be quite fair. But, potentially Henry brought him in, to Monaco. Monaco haven't paid a fee for this, but I think bonuses requirements will be involved in this as well. With the link to performances, of Cesc Fabregas, Monaco will be paying bonuses to Chelsea, as I said. But as I did say, they've targeted a couple of replacements for Cesc Fabregas, as we all know. Potentially, who's been mentioned in the press, Nicola Barella has been mentioned in the press as well. Cagliari midfielder, as we all know, very, very young. He's only 21 years of age, and he's under contract with them until 2022. I don't think Cagliari are willing to do any business for the player anywhere. Reportedly, the press reported Man United put around the £30 million bid in for him, the other day. But he's tenacious. He can play anywhere in the midfield. This player can play as attacking midfielder. He can play as a defensive midfielder. He can play as a defensive midfielder, attacking midfielder, central midfielder. He can play on the right as well, right-hand-sided midfielder. But I think that's his favourite position. So he's got a good wide range of skills. He is versatile as well. Is this player? So, yeah, that's been a potential Chelsea target as well. Potentially, Chelsea have also been interested in Leandro Paredes, the Zenit St. Petersburg midfielder. Reportedly, the press reported yesterday that Chelsea put around the £30 million bidding for Leandro Paredes. He's a Zenit St. Petersburg midfielder. He's been there since 2017. I think Zenit St. Petersburg paid around £23 million for him from Roma and signed a 4-year contract as well, this midfielder. And he's 24 years of age, and I think he's made it clear, this player, from the player's perspective, Leandro Paredes, he does want to leave Zenit St. Petersburg, but he's been a potential Chelsea target as well to replace Cesc Fabregas. But reports coming out yesterday saying that Chelsea had agreed deals in principle to sign Leandro Paredes and Nicola Barella as well, because obviously they've targeted them two as a potential replacement, for Cesc Fabregas, from Chelsea's perspective, as we all know. So yeah, that's made Chelsea's transfer news to keep you up to date with. So potentially Gonzalo Higuain, could actually sign for Chelsea in this current January window. So Chelsea want to get him on loan, and then obviously they'll have to fork out £30-odd million to get make the deal permanent in the summer as well. But I think he'll be an exceptional signing for Chelsea, because they are good on the ball, they can create chances, but they haven't been scoring enough goals this season, and that has been potentially Chelsea's problem, as we all know. But yeah, that's mainly Chelsea's rumours to update you. But as I did say, I'll give you a bit of an update on my club now, Manchester United, as we all currently know. So potentially, it's going to be a big, big game for us tomorrow, against Tottenham, as we all know. It's going to be a very, very big game. Solskjaer's come out in the media and says Manchester United cannot be naive, against Tottenham. He's also come out and said potentially we can't allow Harry Kane to have any kind of chances or create any chances, because we know how much of a dangerous player he is. He's one of the best players in the Premier League, of course, is Harry Kane, as we all currently know. Obviously, Tottenham have not done the league double over us, for like nearly 30 years, 29 years, so that's, potentially nearly 3 decades now, as we all know. But potentially, it used to be good playing Tottenham Hotspur, at White Hart Lane, when they had White Hart Lane, when we had Alex Ferguson, because under the Alex Ferguson era, we only lost 3 of our 21 Premier League visits, to White Hart Lane, as we all currently know. But Tottenham are in very, very good form, Pochettino does like the attacking football, they have got a lot of good players, and as I did say, Pochettino's good at growing and developing young players, and as I did say, it's going to be a very, very tough game, as I currently said, because Tottenham are third. I think they've scored 46 goals this season of Tottenham. I think they've let 21 in, but they've scored 46. And they're definitely in the mix, for the title, as we all know, Tottenham Hotspur. Because as I did say, they have got a lot of good players of Tottenham Hotspur, as we all know, that could cause our defence, all sorts of problems. And I did say to you guys, that's one of the key areas where we do need to strengthen up. We do need a strong central defender, as we all currently know, guys. We do need a strong central defender. We do need a strong central defender. We need a centre defensive midfielder that's fast and tenacious, and we need someone on the right hand side because all our attack is coming from the left, as we all currently know, through Luke Shaw and Martial and Paul Pogba. So potentially, guys, we do need, there's still areas in our team, where we do need to address. But I do think we'll be up for the task, as I said, tomorrow. And I think we could, we might get 3 points. We might win tomorrow because we've been in very, very good form with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, So far, 5 wins out of 5, 16 goals scored. He's brought the fear factor back to the club as Solskjaer. But as I did say, the difference is, he's going with a system that suits the players. As I did say, fullbacks are getting higher up the pitch, as we've seen, under Solskjaer so far. Fullbacks getting higher up the pitch, as we all know. Potentially, Rashford's playing more in the middle, where he actually looks more effective, does Rashford. But as I did say, I think Rashford's mainly number 9, as we all know. I think Pogba's getting the freedom, to express himself more. I think the front four are getting the freedom, to interchange closer together. And that's potentially, the difference under Solskjaer at the moment. So there has been a lot of vast improvements under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I said. And obviously, Solskjaer's come out saying, that he would like the job on a full-time basis, as he has admitted. He would like the job on a full-time basis. Potentially he would love it on a full-time basis because he said it would be hard for him to leave. He says he doesn't expect Manchester United to make any signings in this window. And Solskjaer also said potentially he said it's unlikely that Manchester United will make any signings in this January window, but we do know there's key areas where we do need to strengthen up, as I've just told you guys. As I said, and obviously Solskjaer did say he wanted the players to express themselves. He was going to give everybody the chance. I think the team are going to flourish. I think the youngsters, are going to grow and develop. Under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. As I currently said, and obviously we've still got to think about contracts as well because these potentially, a lot of players, coming to end of the deals. But, it's going to be interesting to see who Ole Gunnar Solskjaer starts with tomorrow. As I currently said, potentially Bailly, he's obviously still suspended, as we all know. He's been in and out of the team this season, Bailly. As I said, but he's still got great potential. Obviously, as we all know, Smalling and Rojo are still injured, so it will be Jones and Lindelof as a centre-back partnership. As we all know, Lindelof's improved this season, to quite fair. We've got, I think Jones and Smalling won't be here next season anyway, to be quite honest with you guys. I think he'll put Ashley Young at right back because obviously he's our first choice right back, is Ashley Young. Luke Shaw at left back because he's our first choice left back. Maybe will Lukaku and Sanchez start tomorrow? I do not know, but Sanchez did suffer an injury against Reading, didn't he? Did Alexis Sanchez? But I think there's areas of his game he does need to adapt because he hasn't, really made an impact this season, Alexis Sanchez. So he's got 2 assists, in his last 2 games as Alexis Sanchez, to be quite honest with you. But I'll be surprised if he starts tomorrow. I'll maybe surprised if Lukaku starts tomorrow. But to be quite fair, Lukaku has scored 3 goals in his last 3 games. I know everyone has concerns about his first touch. He does have weaknesses about his game. He doesn't have much pace to his game, does Lukaku. But, he may give him, the chance. Again, will Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because we know he struggled for goals this season. He hasn't been consistent, but as I did say, he scored 3 goals in his last 3 games, as Romelu Lukaku, as we all know. But as I did say, the likes of Martial, Rashford and Lingard are taking Lukaku and Sanchez's roles and fulfilling, and taking their shirts and fulfilling their roles, as we all currently know. But it'd be interesting to see, who he goes with tomorrow, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all know. But we still know there's problems in the team, that potentially, do need addressing, as we all currently know. But as I did say, as I did update you earlier on, reports have been coming out of the media today, guys, reports have been coming out of the media today that obviously Pochettino reportedly has strong reservations about, leaving Tottenham Hotspur, because as I did say, I think he's happy at Tottenham, I think he's fully committed to Tottenham, is Mauricio Pochettino, to quite honest. So he's still looking to win his first major trophy as manager because he hasn't won any silverware as manager, but he's Premier League proven, he knows about the Premier League, does Pochettino, as we all know. But potentially, I just don't think he's got any intentions of coming to Manchester United, as Mauricio Pochettino at the end of the season. And we know it will cost us around 30-odd million, to recommend him in at the end of the season anyway, when we could save that money, and get a potential signing with that money. But there's been reports coming out of the media today, because we know it's potentially, Ed Woodward's number 1 target, to recommend in on a full-time basis, at the end of the season. And obviously, Pochettino has been in talks with Man United. Ed Woodward were in transfer talks with him the other week. But as I said, I think he's happy at Tottenham. And obviously, Danny Lever has reportedly, come out in the press today, the current Tottenham chairman, and he's potentially said he's reluctant. He's reluctant to let Pochettino join Manchester United, and he's not willing. He's not willing to let Pochettino join Manchester United. I think he's blocked him. He's blocked Pochettino from making a move to Manchester United. At the end of the season, because potentially Danny Lever, whatever Manchester United offer, even he did say even if we were to offer in the excess of £50 million to recommend Pochettino in, he said potentially Danny Lever is standing firm over this, he's being ruthless, and he won't let Pochettino, join Manchester United reportedly. But we know there's been a few other names mentioned, as we all currently know as well. So potentially, I think Solskjaer should get the job on a full-time basis because, as I did say, he's only had a bit of a little managerial experience. He didn't do so good with Cardiff. He got relegated with Cardiff. He didn't do so. He won 2 Norwegian titles with Molde, but he was a good player for us. From 1996 to 2007. Solskjaer, was a great player, and he knows the trappings of the club, and he knows the culture of the club. He knows the club inside out, and he has got that attacking philosophy as Solskjaer. And he does like the wit firm as well as Oliver Solskjaer. He's the first manager to win I think he's the first manager to win his first 5 games as Manchester United manager since actually Sir Matt Busby. And I think if he does win, if we do win against Tottenham tomorrow, he'll be the first manager ever to win his first 6 games. I think there's something like that as well. But probably the top keeps coming up. But as we all know, guys, we have been linked, with a lot of players, as we all currently know, that have been, mentioned in the press, such as Koulibaly. I know a lot of Manchester United fans, would like to see Koulibaly, come into the club because he adapts every area of his game very, very well, does Koulibaly. He's strong, he's quick, he's tenacious. Reports coming out from the press yesterday that the other day, I think Real Madrid were preparing to put a world record fee in for Koulibaly because Real Madrid have got problems of their own, as I said, since Zinedine Zidane, left, and since Ronaldo left, Real Madrid have had problems of their own, as we all currently know. But yeah, I don't think Napoli are willing to do any business in this window anywhere. As the Napoli president's confirmed, they're not willing to let him go in this window. And with Man United have been in talks, in the process so far, we've had 3 bids, turned down for Koulibaly, as we all know. And, the recent one was £95 million, as we all know. But he'd be a great leader in our back line. He would be a great major signing for us, if we did get him. But potentially he would be the best signing, Koulibaly, if we did potentially get Koulibaly out of all the players, we're linked to it. But as I did say, I don't think Napoli are willing to do any business in this January window. But, he's never played in the Premier League, and, it would be good for him, to play in the Premier League. We know potentially Milan Skriniar has been mentioned. He's 23, Milan Skriniar. He's 4 years younger than Koulibaly because potentially Koulibaly is 27. Milan Skriniar is nowhere near on the same levels as Koulibaly, as we all know, is Milan Skriniar. He's nowhere near on the same levels as Koulibaly because he's 23 and he's 4 years younger, is Milan Skriniar, than Koulibaly, as we all know. But reportedly his performances for Inter Milan have been good. He's versatile, he can play as a centre-back. He can also operate as a defensive midfielder as well, can Milan Skriniar. He's been at Inter Milan since 2017. He's got to make over 60-odd appearances. I still think Milan Skriniar's got 3 years left on his deal. I think Inter Milan rate him at around, 60, 70, 80-odd million pounds because the Italian press reported the other day that we'd put a bid in of around £54 million for Milan Skriniar. But you could say if he was 27, you could say he may be in the same calibre of Koulibaly or potentially on the same level as Koulibaly or even better than Koulibaly. But he's not better than Koulibaly because he's nowhere near on that level of Koulibaly, as we all know. But he's only 23 years of age, so he is still very, very young in his prime, as we all know. And that's been a potential Ed Woodward, transfer target as well as Koulibaly. We know that obviously Eder Militao has been mentioned in the media as well. A few teams have been interested in Eder Militao. He's got a 40-odd million release clause. He's got 4 years left on his deal with Porto as well as this player. He's got a 40-odd million release clause. His versatility is very, very good because he can play as a centre-back, a defensive mid, and he can play as a full-back as well. Well, potentially he's predominantly a right-back, is Eder Militao, as we all know. He only joined Porto last summer. He's a Brazilian international, is this player, as we all currently know as well. So, potentially, we have been linked with him, and he's only 20 years of age, so he's young. We've also, been linked with Kostas Manolas as well. He's 27 years of age. He's Greek, as I did say. He's nowhere near on the same levels as the Koulibalys or the Diego Gordons or the Rafael Varans or the Sergio Ramoses, the top the top players, the top defenders, at the highest level. As we all know, he's nowhere near in that category. He's Kostas Manolos. I don't really know much about him, to be quite honest with you, but I know he's just not as good as them. He's 27, he's Greek, he's 6 foot summer. Reportedly, Manchester United have been linked to him. Reports coming out saying Man United were in talks, to get him in this summer. Reportedly, he's got a 32 million release clause in his current Roma deal, as the player currently knows. He's Kostas Manolos, as we all currently know. But yeah, Raiola represents him. Reportedly the other day, he said Man United were in talks. Man United were working on this deal with Raiola. Raiola were in negotiations with Manchester United, as we all currently know. But yeah, we have also been linked with him as well, and potentially we know that Toby Alderweireld's being a potential Manchester United target, as we all currently know in the process. But I did say, guys, I still think we need a defensive midfielder that's tenacious, because Matic has improved under Solskjaer. His distribution's improved. He's getting forward more, as we all know. He looks effective in his passing, but he is slow. There's not much pace about his game. I have reservations about him, so potentially we do need a fast, central defensive midfielder, as we all know. And I did say, we have still got a lot of players, coming to the end of the contracts, as we all know, that potentially, does need addressing. Reportedly, it did say Man United is still in talks with the trio of securing Herrera a new contract, Mata a new contract, and Ashley Young a new contract as well. So we're in contract talks with them, and potentially, potentially we're in talks of securing them new deals, as it has confirmed already. So hopefully we can maybe come to an agreement of agreeing all them three, a new contract, as we all know. But as I did say, Ashley Young's now 33 years of age. There's been no sign of he's failed to sign an extension at the moment. He's obviously our first choice right back, is Ashley Young, as we all know. But as I said, I think he probably will be starting tomorrow, to be quite fair, will Ashley Young. But we have been in negotiations trying to secure Ashley Young a new deal. He's coming to an end of his career soon. I think Valencia will leave. I think Fellaini will leave. I think Darmian will leave. So they are the potential players I think will leave, because Ashley Young's made over 300 odd appearances, and he's been a good 8 or 9 years now, Ashley Young. Valencia's been here about 10 years, and he's made over 300 odd appearances, but he's no longer our first choice right back anymore, is Antonio Valencia. So I think he will be on his way out, and he's same age as Ashley Young. Is Valencia. He was injured early on in the season, Valencia, so he's potentially hardly featured, for Manchester United this season, as Antonio Valencia, as we all know. But potentially, we know there's also, been talks about Coutinho. The rumours are still, coming up about Philippe Coutinho, as we all currently know, because, as I did say, reportedly Man United have been in talks with Barcelona over this. Reportedly, the latest reports on that, Man United, it did say, according to Sky Sports, that Manchester United were preparing, to put a bid in for Philippe Coutinho. Manchester United seem very, very interested in Philippe Coutinho. As I did say, I think he'd be a great addition to our squad with Philippe Coutinho, as we all know. And if he did come in as an attacking midfield position, that would allow Martial and Rashford to play a lot more centrally, where they look more effective. And, Coutinho, as we all know, he hasn't really made the impact at Barcelona, that he did at Liverpool, because he was fantastic for Liverpool. He had 5 great years with Liverpool. He flourished with Liverpool, as we all know, and he can provide, he can score goals, can Philippe Coutinho as well. So potentially, before the Barcelona director and the sporting relations still felt as though he had a future with Barcelona. He's only been at Barcelona a year, as we all know, as Philippe Coutinho, and he's got a long contract. He's only done a year of his contract at the moment, but Barcelona paid £142 million for him from Liverpool last January, as we all currently know, and he hasn't really made an impact, and he hasn't been getting the first team football as Philippe Coutinho, as he would like, and he has been dropped for Barcelona, especially recently. He has been dropped. He hasn't even been featuring, so he won't be satisfied about this. Coutinho, but obviously he's had experience of playing in the Premier League in the past. He probably would cost in the region of over £100 million anywhere, would Philippe Coutinho. I think he's a very, very good player, because he can play as attacking mid. He's operated as a second striker before, and he can play on the left and right, so he can play on each flank as well. So his versatility, would be very, very beneficial indeed. Philippe Coutinho's, as we all know. But reportedly, Manchester United have held talks with Barcelona over this. I don't think it will happen anywhere, but there's a lot of rumours stemming from the media about it, that we're linked with him. Man United, we were reportedly we're preparing to put a bid in for Coutinho, reportedly as well. But as we all know, we have been linked with him. He is 26 years of age, as I said, so he's in his mid-20s, so he's still got a lot of him. He's Brazilian, as we all know, and obviously he had 5 good years with Liverpool. He was fantastic for Liverpool. Potentially Liverpool paid £8.5 million for him from Inter Milan, as we all know. I think he worked under Pochettino, actually, when he was on loan at Espanyol, did Philip Coutinho, as we all know. But as I did say, there's a lot of rumours going on about that. This bloody top of my cig keeps coming off work there, guys. But as I said, yeah, that's mainly that's mainly everything to update you with, guys. As I currently said, we'll be updating you later on some more transfer rumours. We'll give you a bit more of Arsenal's transfer rumours later on, as more updates, because obviously I updated you, didn't I, earlier on with a bit of Arsenal news, what's going on with them. Potentially reports from Italy today, as I've already explained to you. Reports from Italy suggested out that Juventus are willing to offer Medhai Benete, the centre-back for Juventus, to exchange, they're willing to offer Medhai Benete, for an exchange, for Aaron Ramsey, because as I did say, Juventus are keen on getting Ramsey in this January window, and as I did say, but he has agreed to join them initially in the summer anyway on a free transfer. And I've already updated you on all the Arsenal rumours, but we will, giving you, more detail about that later on today probably. So anyway, drop your comments, likes below on the channel. As I said, if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless, guys, and I'll see you guys